Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Saints Struggle. My name is Manxman Matt, and today we're going to be playing Wolves. I'll just quickly start off by taking you through how we've fared since the last time you were here. So, the last game you saw was the Liverpool away game. So, sorry, the Liverpool away game in December because we've got them in a couple of days and the FA Cup. But more on that in a bit. So, we lost 4-1 to Liverpool, fairly humiliated. We then went. United came to our place and beat us fairly comfortably. We had maybe one more chance to score, but it was a fairly comfortable victory for United. We then beat Fulham and Bournemouth, uh, drew with Arsenal, which was a good performance as far as I'm concerned. So I've missed out Leicester and Man City. Sorry, we beat Leicester. Man City game, we were in front for most of the game. Well, I say most of the game. We were certainly in front for far more than City were. The first half, we scored right at the end of. Jackson Martinez put us 1-0 up. We stayed there until the 87th minute. It was really disappointing then to throw it away. Even more annoyingly, Andre Belotti, who got their second goal, doesn't even play for them anymore. They sold him to Real Madrid. So I'm just a bit disappointed, but it is what it is. And we lost to Man City. We've drawn with Arsenal, drew with Stoke, and then we drew with Liverpool in the FA Cup, which is a bit annoying because it gives us a bit more fixture congestion, which is not great. The Chelsea game that was supposed to be on the second of February has been moved because of the FA Cup, so that's now way at the end of the month. But we've drawn with Liverpool in the first round. I'm pretty sure we're getting knocked out midweek, but I'm not too fussed about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the transfers, and then we'll probably just play the Wolves game unless there's no highlights in it. So if we get into the transfers, Gerhardt is not leaving, by the way. They we've had a bit. Well, he wanted to go to was it Red Bull Leipzig? I don't know. Red Bull, whatever the German one is, came in and offered for him. I said no. He said, "Why didn't you let me go?" I said, "Because they offered less than your value. If they give me a decent offer, I'll let you go." Because he obviously wanted to go, but I wasn't letting him go for not much. He's certainly our best left back at the club, so I don't want to let him go at all. He's a little bit pissy, but not too bad. So what we've done, if you look on the right there, we sold James Ward-Prowse to Monaco for 10 million. That was agreed before the transfer window. We've let Michael Taylor and Steven Sessegnon go out on loan. Oxlade-Chamberlain's gone out on loan with a optional agree to buy for Burnley. Gallagher's gone out on loan because we brought in another striker. More on that in a little bit. Barnes has gone to Luton. He's never going to get in the team. Rollon and Bednarak were kicking off that they weren't getting enough football, so they've gone out on loan. Jan Valeri's gone out on loan. Gary Cahill has left the club. He's not going to get in our team, and I've got a recall clause in Bednarak's thing so that if we do start to struggle with the little amount of centre backs we've got at the club, hopefully we can recall Bednarak and go back to having the four centre backs. But Gary Cahill was just not good enough, and I wanted to make a little bit of money before his contract runs out. And finally, Alex McCarthy, who was our second choice goalkeeper, has gone. To be fair, wasn't even second; he was third choice goalkeeper. Galini was our second choice. So when I realised that his contract was up and we weren't going to be able to renew it, I decided to sell him and bring in a youth keeper. So as you can see, we've not actually spent very much this January. We brought in Ben Brereton for £5 million up front that could eventually rise to 13.5. He's a five-star potential striker. He's an advanced forward. He's already scored two for us. He's started one game and come off the bench in three, and he's got two goals, which is not too bad. Let's just have a look at this report. So I can show you. Okay, he's down to 4.5-star current ability, potential ability, but still, he's as good as, if not better than James Wilson already. Jackson Martinez is old and is not going to be around, not going to be scoring. Certainly, past the end of next season, he's going to be sort of 36, I think, by the end of next season. So he's not going to be there forever. We're going to have Danny Ings, Iheanacho, Brereton, and James Wilson, who are all under 30. I think they're all under 27. So we're going to have a good base of young strikers. This guy is just 20 years of age, so he's got plenty of time to improve. If he starts getting fed up that he's not starting, I can send him out on loan, bring him back, and he'll be a more developed player. But hopefully, he's happy to stick around and sort of build over the next couple of years. Next man we brought in, Cesc Fabregas, £5 million. And he's obviously on a fair bit of wages, but he's here for 18 months as cover for central midfield and attacking midfield because Rollin and the rest of the central midfield, I can't even remember. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we've got enough cover for central and attacking midfield. And he's a good quality player. He's getting past it now. He's 32, so he's not as good as he was. But he can do a job in central midfield. He can do a job behind the strikers, and he's still a really good player. So I'm glad to bring him in. And then finally, Hutchinson is the goalkeeper that we brought in to replace McCarthy. He's going to sit in the reserves, play some reserve games, see if he becomes any good. I've chosen English because Brexit's now happened in game, and players are going to have to start getting work permits to come in. I don't want to risk spending money on a young goalkeeper who won't get into his national side, and then when it finally all comes into place and they lock down, can't get a work permit for a player because he's not able to get into the national side or anything like that. So I've taken a punt on this fella from Man City. We'll see how he goes. He's not going to be the best goalkeeper in the world. Hopefully, he can be as good as sort of Fraser Forster is now, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's all of the transfers. Southampton are in real financial difficulty because of my transfer policy. So I'm making the decision now. I'm not buying anybody old, and I'm going to try not to spend too much in the summer. Regardless of what transfer budget they give me, we need to start realizing that for the next 3 or 4 years, because of the way I've been buying players, we're not going to have that much money. So we need to sort things. I need to sort things out because the board are probably still going to throw cash at me because I'm performing where they want me to, and I don't want to ruin Southampton. So if we look, Jackson Martinez is already 33, so that's why I've brought in a young striker, and hopefully we're planning to cover that. Fabregas has come in, and he's going to give us 2 years towards the twilight of his career. Hopefully that's enough. Fraser Forster's 31 and a goalkeeper not too fussed. Dusan Tadic and Ryan Bertrand are obviously getting on a bit. So we've got cover at left back with Gerhardt's are now starting left back, so Bertrand not too fussed about if he does get in a hissy. My real concern is that central attacker midfield role because we've only got Tadic, Fabregas, and Holtby that are good at playing in that position. And as you can see, they're our three oldest midfielders. So I don't know whether I'm going to retrain somebody to play in that advanced playmaker role behind the strikers or whether I don't know what to do. Maybe Lamina, I should start training him to be a cam. Maybe I shouldn't let Oxlade-Chamberlain go. Maybe I should train him to be a cam, but I'm not sure at the moment. But the rest of the squad from Holtby down is 28 and under. So we're going to have 2-3 years at least at the top for those players. Most of them will be starting to improve. So, and then the ones that are sort of in there already 25 onwards are good anyway because they're getting in our team. So hopefully we won't have to spend too much money. And if we do need to buy one player in the summer, it's a young, good central attacker midfielder. But other than that, I'm going to try and stop myself. Possibly a goalkeeper as well because Fraser Forster's not the best. Galini is a while away from being at his potential. So yeah, that's my plans for transfers going forward. But we'll see what happens anyway. So if we get into today's game, we're away at Wolves. I need to change that back to attacking. Sorry, we've just played Liverpool, that's why. And this is still probably our strongest side. So Forster in goal, Cedric, Rudiger, Maguire and Gerhardt. Romeu, Pasalic, and Didi Holtby with Martinez and Ings up front. Iheanacho is finally back fit, so he's on the bench. Fabregas is on the bench. Kelly, Lamina, Brereton, Langlet, and Durham. Not worried about having a goalkeeper on the bench. So I'd rather have enough attacking options if things aren't going well. So we'll get into today's game. So for anybody interested, that is the Wolves team. Obviously, Bjarnason is one of our forward players at Villa. Other than that, I don't know much about any of these players at all. And let's get into the game. So throw in here, Sainz throws the ball in, cleared by Rudiger, only as far as Bjarnason. They've built it forward again, but we've managed to cut the ball out. Forster now sends it long, but it doesn't get too far. Romeu's won it back. Gerhardt, Danny Ings, Martinez, Pasalic, Danny Ings, and that's 1-0 to Southampton. Really well worked goal there. Players passing and moving, finding the space, finding the men in space, and just great ball in. Ings was against the full-back rather than the centre-back. Rose above him and heads the ball into the top corner. So they're breaking on us from the kickoff though, and if their winger could head a ball, they would be 1-1. Throw in Holtby now, Pasalic, Romeu, Gerhardt. Gerhardt with a cracker. Let's have a look at that in 3D. So Holtby cuts the ball back to Pasalic, heels it to Romeu, sends it into Gerhardt, one touch, and then smashes it in the bottom corner. Not sure I've seen him score a goal yet. That's great, great finish. Throw in, sees Gerhardt to Holtby, back to Gerhardt, back to Holtby. We've lost out now. Rollen, well cut out by Cedric there. But Gerhardt's won it back now. Ings, Holtby, terrible ball. Martinez has got into the back pass though. That's 3-0. Wolves will feel themselves unlucky there, but that Ings ball through, and then Holtby's played a poor ball, but their centre back leaves their keeper short. Martinez gets onto it and sticks the ball in the net, and it's 3-0. Goal kick from them, but it's cut out by us. Martinez is through again. It's a good save from their goalkeeper. Corner comes across, cleared, but only as far as Romeu. Ings has a shot, loses out. They're now breaking on us. This formation that we're playing is really exposed to counter-attacks, but we've managed to get back in place well. Gyro, well cleared. Farbas, and it's straight over the top. Febas, sorry. Corner from them, well cleared by Ndidi. Gyro, Sainz, well done by Rudiger. We seem to be absorbing a lot of this pressure, but it's not good to see. Pasalic plays the ball over the top of Martinez, though. Danny Ings, that's a good save from their goalkeeper. Another corner from them, out to Gyro. Garbut puts it wide. Fraser Forster with a long ball to Martinez, wins it. Martinez is through, and Martinez gets his second of the game. 20 goals already this season, and we're only in February. Hoping he can break 30. That would be good. So Martinez wins it, and Didi, Pasalic, back to Martinez, and he sticks it in the top corner. The keeper doesn't even see it. He hits it so hard. 4-0 at half time, and that's a really, really positive first half. It's the best I've seen us play in a while. I'm going to make some changes, and Didi's played a lot of football recently, and I'm going to bring him off and let Kelly go out there and be a deep line playmaker. In fact, no, he's going to be Mazzala. Going to have two wide playing central midfielders then. Just to give him a little bit of a break, because Ndidi's played pretty much every game since Christmas. Right, I want to give Brereton a decent amount of time in a game, so I'm going to make a change now and bring him on for Danny Ings, move him across to be the advanced forward he wants to be, and let Jackson Martinez sit in that complete forward role, and we'll just see how things go from there. So Forster clears the ball. We've now got it with Romeu, Kelly, Ings, Gerhardt crossed the ball in. Kelly, and I'm not sure what the hell happened there, but it's a corner. Corner for them. Bjarnason. Dong Won has scored. No, Roland scored. Corner bounces around all over the place. They overloaded the back post and we didn't cover it. That's a little disappointing. And the final substitution is going to be get Fabregas on the pitch, let him be an attacking playmaker, and just see if I can get him working well. He's I think he's got one assist in about the 3 games he's played for us. So he's starting to gel, but I was expecting him to be a better player than Holtley, and at least Michael Carrick doesn't think so. So he's not getting the game time that I thought he was going to get. I thought he was going to come in, be the best player at the club, at least to start with, and then sort of drop down as he gets older. Fabregas has got it back out wide. Martinez, Fabregas, Kelly, and Fabregas gets another assist, and Kelly gets a goal. I think that's his first for the Southampton. Fabregas crosses it in. Martinez controls it. Back out to Fabregas. Kelly's in acres of space on the edge of the area. Takes a touch and sticks it in the bottom corner. Rudiger, Pasalic, lost out. Roland's now breaking down the right hand side. Well tackled by Gerhardt, and that's the end of the game. So 5-1 in the end. It's a good, solid performance. All right, the second half wasn't as positive as the first half, but that's a really positive way to start our league campaign after the transfer window, considering we've lost a lot of players and not brought in too much. Just have a quick look and see where that leaves us in the table, and then we'll work out where we're going. So we're ninth in the table, 2 points behind Stoke and West Ham. That top six, I would say, is not going to change. The order in which play people are might well change, but those 6 clubs in the top six, I don't think are going to get broken into anytime soon. The only way is if any of the sides below them get a massive investment from a board change. Doesn't, well, I've not heard any rumours about it happening at Southampton, and I've not seen any other clubs have any in any of the news articles, so I can't see it happening anytime soon. I think that's going to be the top 6 going forward for the next few years anyway, unless any of them lose funding or just make bad decisions when they're making their signings. I'm going to be happy anywhere between 7th and 12th, realistically. Personally, I'd like us to think 7th to 9th is where we've got to aim for, but the board wanted mid-table. I'm happy with finishing anywhere there, but the higher up we finish, the less chance of us getting in financial difficulty. So I want us to finish as high as possible. Let's have a look at the fixtures going up. So we've got Liverpool in the FA Cup now, and then we've got a fairly tough. Well, Swansea bottom of the league, or in the bottom 3 anyway. Chelsea, and then we're playing the teams around us, down to Spurs, and West Ham again, team around us. Probably come back maybe for Tottenham, West Ham, maybe. If we get through Liverpool in the FA Cup, it might change it up a bit. I might give you an FA Cup match, but at the moment, I don't see much point in doing that. So that's been this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you want to see more from the channel, please make sure you subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.